He's one of the ministers who takes our calls and who calls us. Thank you, Minister. Minister, before I ask you my question, allow me to invite you to the provisions of Article 35 of the Constitution, specifically Article 1A, which gives every Kenyan the right of access to information in the custody of the government. Can you please balance this with our age-old tradition in Parliament, where you are free to ask the Speaker to allow you to table that information in camera? I want to invite you. Having done so, allow me to ask you my question. Haiti is 12,119 kilometers away. It takes 13 hours of flying to reach Haiti, and the cheapest flight, Minister, is 220,700 shillings. You have justified our presence in regional missions by attributing it for the need for us to be part of securing peace, security, and stability of our regions. Given the statistics I've given you on how far away Haiti is, could you tell us what are the benefits and what are the intended consequences the government hopes to achieve by taking our troops to Haiti?
Cabinet Secretary.
Madam Speaker, the last question, I think, with a lot of respect to my colleague, when I came to Parliament, I found him in this same chamber. There used to be a library next door. I don't know whether it's still there. Many, many years. I want to refer him the last question to the Minister of Interior. So please take time, invite Professor Kindiki, give him the statistics of the distance and how many flights go there and the hours. That is above it's not my domain, so I'll refer that to Professor Kindiki. And I'm sure the House has the powers using the standing orders to invite him, even this afternoon. Yes, the first one was, yes, Article 35 of the Constitution allows you to get and provide information, any information, to any citizens. But that article must be interpreted with certain responsibility. And I'm sure if you read the chapter on the organs of the National Security Council and even KDF, and you being a very, very seasoned medical doctor, I am sure even sometimes you don't provide your client, your patient, data to all and sundry. This is a plenary. And there are certain information which is, the custodian is the National Security Council. Honorable Boni, Senator Boni Khalwale, I cannot share. But if you want me to share, the venue will not even be Parliament. The venue will be the defense headquarters, because even the room where we want to share, we must take charge of that room. So I will invite you, using the standing orders, to come to defense headquarters. You'll be ushered in, and the generals will share with you some of the privileged data. I am sure from where you sit as a majority whip and as a seasoned leader in this country, you also want to protect our country and you want to protect the national security of our country. Thank you.
It is apparent that the responses being in the domain of security sector are unique and have different perspectives, Senator Boni Khalwale. I would also want to guide the senators that the questions that you raise, the supplementary questions that you raise, we had initially agreed that they should be connected to the questions that are before the floor of the House. And I am not blind to the fact that the questions on Haiti are matters of national importance and have raised concerns. Nonetheless, Senator Boni, you are guided to raise that question with the relevant ministry and give the statistics you have given very effectively this morning. Thank you. Senator Bogwa Mongai George.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And allow me also to congratulate the able CS for being a towering figure in the stability of our country. Mr. CS, during our visit to Turkana on Senate Mashinani, it occurred to us in our engagement with the security apparatus that the porous border of Uganda, South Sudan, and Ethiopia are guarded by the defense forces of those particular countries. But on the Kenyan side, it's not guarded. I would want you to tell this House why that is happening, as well as appraising this House the successes and challenges your docket has had in solving the problems of Lamu County. Thank you.
CS.
Madam Speaker, I agree. We are like, let me use the word devolving. We are devolving Kenya Defense Forces, both its bases from our historical positions. We now have 2 sites in West Pokot. We have 4 sites in Turkana. We are in Marsabit. We are in Mandera. So we are building more bases and more training bases, mainly along our border, so that as part of protecting the territorial integrity of our country. So I'm sure in the Lodwar airstrip, for the first time, we have got an forward operating base by our Kenya Air Force. So Kenya Air Force are already in Turkana, in Lodwar town. We are building a big base now in Turkana, courtesy of, I really want to thank the former governor and the current governor of Turkana for availing the land. And we have another 3 bases in Turkana. Turkana is vast. And we are shifting, we have learned from the cattle rustling and banditry in North Rift that Tiati and Baringo and West Pokot and Turkana, we have enough land for even training. So we might even shift both the Kenya Defense Forces and even the police. We might shift our training bases closer to those terrain. I think they're good for training. I am sure, Madam Speaker, Lamu is now under operations. And I don't want to speak about Lamu in the plenary. If the Committee of Defense can invite me in camera, because Lamu now is under operations.